Andy, just out of your first training session of the week leading up to the FA Cup final, how was it?
Yeah, really good. The players have had a few days off, which we felt was important because it's been well documented the number of games we've had of late, and just felt it was right, good time, and ahead of this week to give them that recovery time mentally and physically as well. And they've come back tonight, and you can see the spirits are high, and obviously the excitement is starting to build now towards the weekend. But it was a bright training session, which is what I wanted, and it's a positive start to what hopefully will be a really positive week.
I'm sure they're all talking about it amongst themselves. How important is it to treat it as another game, but at the same time realise that it is such an important game, getting that balance right?
Yeah, I think you've got to be realistic, and as you say, you want them to treat it as similarly as possible to what they would normally do, but at the same time, it's a special occasion, so you want to thrive and almost embrace what comes with it being an FA Cup final and harness that to even produce a better performance. So I've got no doubts the players will be excited, there'll be nerves, there'll be all of those emotions, but come match day, I think the girls have shown already in previous rounds, we're certainly ready to handle big games and perform well in this competition. So it's a case of continue the good work we've done.
Yeah, the FA Cup's definitely been one where we have thrived in. The league, not so much. What do you think that's been? Is it just a case of the result on the day, or is it the cup?
I think what it is it shows how tightly packed all the teams are in terms of the quality. So, on any given day, teams have beaten each other left, right and centre in the league. So I don't think our league performances have been too poor. Maybe the Notts County game probably stands out as our poorest performance, but I think it just shows, on any day, any team can beat each other. And going into Sunday's game, we've obviously got a lot of confidence in this competition. And of course, I think the Liverpool game was a massive one for us to really set us on our way. And then obviously a really good performance against Notts County. And so we're feeling confident and good about ourselves in this competition. So, we want to continue that, but then take that good feeling into our league campaign when we resume in the second half of the season.
So it's the first time they've played together this season. Every time that you play, when you've lost, you've kind of built on the mistakes. You've got better and better each time, really. Is that something you've been working on in training, finding out where we were going wrong and then improving on that? For example, the Notts County game, you say it was one of our worst performances, but then we went and beat them 2-0 in the cup.
Yeah, I think, and that shows a lot about the players' characters as individuals and the real good mentality we've got across the group of players, is that they respond to poor performances by generally, as you say, producing real good performances. What we need to find is a level of consistency where we're not into that cycle of poor performance or poor results and then a really positive performance or results. We just need to find a better consistency to our play. But as I say, a lot of that pleases me in the aspect of they show a great attitude, and as I say, that can only be complimentary of the players, the way they respond. And again, we've lost our last game against Man City, so let's hope we get that real positive response on Sunday.
Is it a bad time to be playing Arsenal in the cup final with the news that's just gone on there, or is it a good time? How are you seeing that?
I think it could, obviously it could go either way, and my gut feeling is that Arsenal are renowned of being top team in the country, so they've been in FA Cup finals numerous occasions, so they'll be looking as an opportunity, I'm sure, for the FA Cup final to kickstart their season for them. And from Shelley's point of view, obviously she's coming out and announced that she's won't be continuing after the cup final. But for me, I've always got a great deal of time and respect for the work she's done. She won the Continental Cup and the FA Cup last year, and you look at that group of players Arsenal have got, and you've got World Cup winners within that group, you've got players with over 100 caps for England, so they're a very experienced team, and they'll know that come a cup final they'll want to put on a really top performance. So our approach doesn't really differ whatever the circumstances are at Arsenal at this time. We've just got to focus on preparing fully and properly, and that's what we've done starting from tonight's session.
Yeah, we've got a couple of players who have played in a cup final and won. Jodie, Rachel, are they having a few words with the younger players? Or?
Yeah, I think over the course of the week they'll speak to the players, and which they've done across the whole season, which has been really valuable for me to know that I've got real good senior players who will speak to the girls, and I know the younger girls have really appreciated that. So I think that'll be a continuation really of what's gone on during the season. But I think obviously the uniqueness of playing in cup finals, as we've addressed, brings its own different pressures and excitements and all those emotions. So I think the girls will, get around the younger girls and, tell them really just to go and embrace a cup final, and what a great occasion. As you say, you've got Jodie playing potentially a 5th cup final, and you've got a young Nikita or Alex or Gabby, those young players playing the 1st. So they'll draw on the experiences of the older ones, I'm sure, and and that will set us up really well for Sunday.
Ticket sales up to 12,000 now, I think it was reported today. It's really important the fans get behind us and come and visit, don't they?
Yeah, it's great, because I can only think of back to 2010 when we played Arsenal, and the support that day was absolutely phenomenal. It was, it really was a proper cup final atmosphere, and if we can recreate that at MK Dons, then great. And the fans have been super for us already this season. They understand what we're doing with the team and what direction we're moving in, and are really supportive. And I know the girls appreciate it, and I appreciate their support. And again, we just ask them to keep coming out in numbers, keep making as much noise as they can, because it does genuinely inspire the players. And it's, I'm already pleased to hear we're getting a good couple of coach loads going down, and I'm sure people will make their own way, and we'll have supporters down based in the south who will come along. So it's all set up for an exciting occasion.
It'd be lovely to get some silverware before that break, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course. You get to a cup final, and your ambition has got to be to win, and we want to come away with that great feeling. And as you say, then it sets us up nicely for the break. And then obviously we can then get into the main bulk of games, then the second half of the league campaign. There's 10 games, so lots of points for us to play for. And a cup one would certainly set us up nicely for that.
Thank you, Andy.
Cheers.